KZOZ Morning Mind
Stones.
Funk.
7:16. We got a couple of tickets to go to Oktoberfest.
We have a 4-pack of tickets.
We have a 4-pack of tickets?
Yeah, because
nice.
Lenny called yesterday and he fell down.
You fell down?
He fell down. He won on Monday. He got so excited, he celebrated, and he fell down in his celebration. It was the old Martin Gramatica celebration.
What, he hurt himself?
Yeah, he hurt himself, and he can't go to Oktoberfest. So now we've got a 4 pair of tickets to
That's pretty good.
Oktoberfest.
This thing goes from like 1 o'clock until 8 o'clock at night.
8 o'clock,
8 o'clock at night, yeah. There's going to be music. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a Stein competition, and I don't know what that means. I think it's how many Steins you can carry. We talked to...
Are you going to enter this?
No, but they've asked me to just kind of coordinate it with them. So that's what I'm going to do.
They asked the most uncoordinated person to coordinate.
Well, I'm not coordinating. I'm just going to be the MC. But I have no idea what goes on with a Stein competition, so I'll be finding out as well.
Okay.
But
learn as you go.
Costume contest, all that kind of stuff, and lots of German food, as you guys had the guys in from Betas in the other day. So we got 4 tickets if you can combine funk correctly.
Okay, 1 and 8 kids. These are kids between the ages of 6 and 15, okay?
1 and 8 kids.
1 and 8 kids in a recent survey say they get embarrassed when their parents do this. If you know what it is, then you're going to win those 4 tickets to Oktoberfest.
5433693 are the numbers to call in and win. 1 out of 8 kids say they're embarrassed when their parents do this.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got a list of things over there that your mom did to embarrass you as a child.
Yeah, but my mom was like she didn't do it like on purpose, like to be funny, embarrassing. Like she was just trashy. Like the most embarrassing thing my mom ever did. God, I hated this. And this is not the answer, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. She would go through the Drive Thru, and if they didn't have her order ready, she refused to pull up into the spot in which you're to wait for the order.
Ma'am, can you pull up to that parking spot? We'll bring it out to you. That's.
And she'd be like, no,
Nope.
I'm just going to wait here for it. And I'm like, Mom, come on, go. Just go. And I'm like 6, and I understand. Okay, let's just follow policy here, okay? All I want is my Happy Meal, and I want to move on.
All right.
Okay?
Oh,
and
God.
she's sitting there. She just parked there. She's like, nope, I'm not moving. I was up next. I'm getting my food. I'm like, oh, God, this is nuts. People, my friends' parents are behind us at the drive-thru. They're honking the horn on my mom. Then I have to deal with it when I go to school the next day.
Right.
Like, was that your mom that was blocking the drive-thru at McDonald's the other night? I'm like, yep.
Go to your friend's house. Their parents are like, what was wrong with your mom the other day? Why wouldn't she just pull forward like the lady asked her to?
She does not like to wait for food, apparently.
She has a policy. She doesn't pull forward.
God, that was so embarrassing.
1 out of 8 kids say their parents embarrass them when they do this. Hi, what do you think? All right. Hi, good morning. What do you think?
Kissing.
Is it kissing?
Kiss them or kiss each other?
Kiss each other.
Mom and dad. That both are incorrect.
That's a double whammy right there.
Bam, bam.
Right? 5433693. 1 out of 8 kids, 1 out of 8 say it embarrasses them when their parents do this.
Mom holding up line at McDonald's because she refuses to pull into the number 1 or number 2 parking spot. That is full on embarrassing. Like, especially when, like, we grew up in a town, okay? The McDonald's was it. That was the only restaurant option in the far suburb reaches of Covington, Washington. That was the first and only fast food restaurant. So when you wanted to go get a quick bite to eat, you were going with all your classmates, all of them. And you're all sitting there, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, there's Billy. Billy's sitting inside watching your mom throw a fit in the drive-thru." Like, that's not fun. That makes Wednesday at school very crappy.
Oh my gosh! 5433693 are the numbers to get through right now. What do you think, man?
I think comment on their Facebook page.
Ooh.
Has this happened to you?
Yes.
No, I have Facebook, but I figured that for the teens, that's probably a good answer.
My stepdad is embarrassing. He's so embarrassing.
Your stepdad's super embarrassing.
He just loves to be embarrassing. Like, he knows he's embarrassing, and it just makes him happy.
My wife has commented on your stepdad sometimes. It's not
Perverts.
Remember, these are kids 6 to 15, and Facebook's policy is you can't have a Facebook page unless you're 12. You have to be a minimum age of 12.
How is your wife seeing what my stepdad writes?
Because he'll comment on stuff on her page.
Is he? Oh, he's
they're
friends with her?
yeah.
No, she needs to drop him right now.
That's what I told her.
Yeah, say Jeremy says drop him.
Yeah.
Like just don't
Because
even.
it's embarrassing to you,
no,
right?
it's extremely embarrassing.
It
to
gives
me.
her what she feels insight to what her husband has to deal with on a daily basis.
He didn't raise me.
In a coworker.
No, I was 19 years old when
but
they
he's
got
part
together.
of your family, so he represents.
No, he doesn't
represent your shield.
No, he doesn't.
He does, though.
We have nothing to do with each other. I love him to death. He is amazing.
But
He's
I
a great
hate him
friend.
on Facebook.
But yes, he is that guy that just laughs at everything he does, and he thinks it's funny to call himself Uncle Pervert.
She is,
and it's like Uncle with benefits. It's not funny.
She has said to me before, does Jeremy know what his stepdad writes on Facebook? I'm like, I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah.
Yes and
not
no.
Good.
I 50% of it. A lot of it I just go right past. You have to.
Ignorance is bliss. It is not Facebook. These are kids between the ages of 6 and 15. They were asked what's the most embarrassing thing that their parents do. 1 in 8 of them said this.
All right. Hi, good morning. What do you think?
Maybe yelling at them while their friends are over.
Oh.
Being disciplined.
Disciplining them in front of their friends.
God,
In front of their friends.
leave me alone.
That is embarrassing.
That's a good guess.
Not the answer, though.
All right. Sorry. Thank you. That is a good guess, especially when you talk about the age range. Because you said, what, age 6 to 15?
Yeah. My daughter's only 4, so she does not fall in that. But if I were to discipline her in front of her friends, it's like meltdown time. She just starts crying. Whereas,
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
but it's funny. It is funny. If I do it at home, I'm like, you have to the count of 3. She's just like, blah, 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 blah.
Whatever.
Like, throw it into my face. I do it in front of her friends. She's like, you didn't have to do that to me.
Don't bring up the counting. Have you ever got to 3, by the way?
Yeah, I get to 3, and I enforce it. I enforce 3. I do.
for you.
Because the minute that you don't enforce 3.
Do you do 2.5? You can't do 2.5. I think you lose a lot of credibility when you go 2.5.
I don't do 2.5 because she doesn't know halves yet. She doesn't know fractions. I will draw out the 2, though, and I will say at in between 2 and 3, you better hope I don't get to 3.
734 543 3693. Yeah, you gotta stick it out, man. I lost all respect for my mom when she'd do 2.5. I'm like, you're not gonna get to 3. Whatever, get out of here. Or how about the parent that goes to 5? It's like, oh, call me when I'm gonna take a nap. Call me when you get to 4.
Exactly. Oh, you're gonna go all the way to 5 today? I'm gonna go ahead and finish up what I'm working on over here.
Hey, Corey, 1 out of 8 kids say this embarrasses them when their parents do it.
How about trying to dance?
Good job, Corey. That's what it is.
Oh, my God.
When they dance in front of them. They don't like it when they dance in front of them. This is a recent survey.
Yeah, my son gave me that answer, actually.
What's that?
My
son was here, and he told me to say that, so.
Oh, so you put your son on the line.
Oh, all right, hold on.
I wonder how old the kid is. We'll find
Hello?
out.
How old are you?
12.
18.
Oh, you're 18.
Okay, so you
sound like a
right
12-year-old.
outside the range of this. How often does your mom dance in public?
She dances quite a bit in the house. I'm not out in public with her, though.
Oh, are you embarrassed when she dances in the house just on her own?
What is she? Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
What does she dance
Especially
to?
if my friends are over.
What does your mom dance to?
They're like, this, like, age rap.
Rap? Like,
Is that what you're listening to?
No.
No.
I don't even know what rap. What rap? Like, God, who's a rap artist? Tupac?
Like,
So how old I am?
yeah, everything current.
Everything current? Not
Yeah.
Tupac then, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. Chris Brown?
No.
What do you
Yeah,
do? What do you
stuff like that.
do to get her to stop?
You can't stop her.
You can only hope to contain her. All right, put your mom back on the line.
Hello?
Congratulations, Corey.
Thank you.
What do you? What's your favorite song to dance to?
My favorite song?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a favorite song.
Okay. Well, good news
I
is
think probably you would know.
there's lots of music that is being played at Oktoberfest. And good news for you is that you are going to be privy to dancing for 7 hours tomorrow. And your son can't go because it's a 21 and over event, so you don't have to worry about embarrassing.
That's all right.
Yeah. So that's good. Or maybe you do it on purpose. I don't know. Maybe you do a dance to just embarrass him. Do you do that sometimes?
I'm sure he knows I know how to dance.
Oh, no. I think he doesn't know.
And right there, that's more embarrassing that you just said that to him than anything.
Oh, my God.
He's like, shut up, Mom. Get off the radio.
He knows I know how to dance. Come on, there's no
Get off the
secrets
radio,
there.
Mom. Get off the radio, Mom.
I do. I dance to all kinds of different kinds of music. So
Okay, Mom.
it's not just that.
What kind of? I mean, what kind of dances do you do? Oh, here we go. I got some right here.
More just moving my hips, nothing really fancy.
You like them apple bottom jeans?
Oh no,
Boots
nothing
with
like
the
that.
fur.
He says
I don't do the twerking or none of that. I'm a little too old for that.
He says that you'll dance in front of his friends. Do you think any of his friends
When he was
check you out?
younger, I would.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'm checking you out. All right, well, have fun at Oktoberfest.
Are you like the hot mom? Are you like the hot mom in the group?
No. I'm just the cool mom.
Oh, okay. It better to be the cool mom. All right.
I'm not like the other moms. I'm the cool mom. Name the movie.
I don't know.
Mean Girls.
Oh God! How are you quoting Mean Girls right now?
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I want to give my dad a little credit because he this also was something he did to embarrass me, but he would leave his office and he would come to every practice. Like, I can't remember a day that my dad wasn't at one of the 3 sports that I played practice. Like, he didn't miss a practice, not a game, but he came to every single wrestling practice, every baseball practice. Even when I ran track, he was there. So, but what he would do is he would sit out in the outfield, and whenever I'd get a hit in practice, he'd start honking the horn and flashing the high beams, like honk, 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 yeah. Did you hear this? Yeah, Jay. And I'm like, oh my
practice?
gosh, I'm just practice. This
is just practice.
Yeah, we're just.
Oh no.
It's,
not the games, but practice.
I'm like, I remember having a talk with him going, you do that when I go to junior high next year, and I'm gonna murder you. Like that cannot fly.
I had a single parent, and my mom was not to show up at any of my basketball games or any of my tennis matches. The tennis matches nobody would ever come see anyways, because the infrastructure to be a spectator.
I could hear your mom if she was there. She would be a cheerleader.
But basketball games, not allowed to at all. Like, she came to one, and I was like, you can't come ever again. She's like, why?
Was she cheerleading from the stands?
Yeah. But then also that and critiquing on the way home. I had this thing where I shot a 3-pointer, and I was fouled on the 3-pointer. So I got to go to the line for 3. And everybody in the stadium, we were at a visiting school, and my mom came along for the ride to watch, because it was actually right down the street from my grandparents' house. And I went to the line, and everybody was like cheering against me, because I was kind of you know who Bill Lambier is? I was kind of a Bill Lambier. I was kind of a Dennis Rodman. I would take cheap shots in scrums.
Okay.
In scrums, in order to get underneath the skin of the star. I was like, what do they call those? Not thugs, but they're called
troublemakers.
Yeah, they're called. I forget what they're called, but I wasn't a good basketball player, but I was good to get a rise out of the competition. Well, anyways, I fouled one of their stars very hard. So the crowd was like on me,
booing you,
like flies on you know what. And then I got fouled shooting a 3-pointer, and I went to the line for 3, and the crowd was like just laying into me, and I was not that great of a free throw shooter. So I'm like really nervous. So then I drained the first free throw, and I turned around and I looked at the crowd, and I did the which got them more on me.
You were a little cocky son of a gun back then too, huh?
And then they got more on me, and then it was really probably literally my greatest basketball moment of all time. And then I drained the second one, and then I held up my hand like this, like, no. Don't. And then I got into it, and I started like asking him to bring it on. Cheers some more. It's working. But then I missed the third one. My coach yanks me out of the right afterwards because I'm engaging in this kind of behavior. And it was a 45-minute ride home, and I rode home with my mom because she came to the game. And that's all I heard about for the 45-minute ride home.
How you were taunting the crowd?
Yes, don't do that. Don't do that. How that was bad.
Jeff, you're embarrassing me.
I was like, you can't come to any more games, Mom. Can't come to any more games.
543-3693. We got a guy on the line here. Go ahead, man. How did your parent embarrass you?
My dad would fart in just very public places, like the bank at Orchard, the line at Orchard, or things like that.
Like loud rip-em farts?
Noticeably loud. It's like, really, did you just do that? Come on, dude. That kind of loud.
It's funny. You said at Orchard, like what? Orchard Hardware Supply?
Yeah, just like in line or just down an aisle.
This is how dramatic this was.
Person on the other side of the aisle, you could hear it. It was quite embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. This is how embarrassed you are by it. You remember the exact name of the place where it happened once on an occasion.
Yep.
It wasn't like, oh, we'd be at the store. You were like, that one time in May at Orchard Hardware Supply. Oh, that is embarrassing.
Thanks for the call, buddy.
I think I'd like to do that to my kids, though, because sometimes as you get older, you get a little gassier. I've been finding out.
Oh, sure.
And you have the perfect excuse. You could just blame it on them. You'd be like, oh, God. Geez, are you okay?
Talking about how your parents embarrassed you. And so after you embarrassed yourself, then your mom embarrassed you and gave you the right
I didn't embarrass myself.
No, you kind of embarrass yourself when you don't make that third shot.
I know.
Do you think the coach would have pulled you if you made the third shot?
Yes, he had already. I saw him after I did after the first shot when I held the finger up to the crowd. He sent the substitute over to the scorer's table. I mean, it was like I looked back, I did that to the crowd, then I looked over my other shoulder, and I saw Brent coming in. Right then.
Well, then you're like, well, hell, I'm going out. So
exactly.
Let's live it up.
I was like, listen, I know I'm not going to probably get any more playing time in this game. I'm going to try. I'm going to live this thing out to the fullest.
We got a dad that embarrassed his daughter. Go ahead, Richard.
When she was 16, I found a deal on a little Honda car. One of the originals, and it was all faded out, and it was a 5-speed. And she wanted to learn how to drive a 5-speed, so I picked her up at high school, after school, and one of her friends wanted to ride with us. Well, I had waxed it out and cleaned it all up. It was a good-looking little car. She was embarrassed as hell. When she got in the front seat, she laid down and squatted down and got as low as she could because she didn't want to be seen in it. So I started driving around honking the horn at high school.
You bought this car for her, right?
Yeah.
Well, then you deserve.
And I was going to teach her how to drive it, but she didn't want to learn how to. She wanted an automatic.
Well, then you know what? She deserves the embarrassment.
I passed the street that we lived on, and she's like, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, until you sit up, we're going to drive around and honk the horn." She didn't want anybody. She didn't want anybody to see her in this car, and it's like her friends giggling in the back seat. I think it's cool.
Good on you.
It's just one of those things that parents get to do to get even once in a while.
Yeah, especially if they're acting out like that.
Oh yeah, and it's just fun. By the time we got home, she was giggling too.
Yeah, I think girls definitely get more embarrassed by their parents than guys do.
Yeah.
One of those kids in that survey that was mentioned earlier that said that their kids were embarrassed when they go dancing. One of the parents that was the subject of the kid's answer, the parent would dance in front of them when the kid was acting out. So they would do it as punishment. They would start dancing as punishment to embarrass the kids.
There you go. There's a creative.
And that's kind of what
it.
you did once your daughter started acting out for something that you did that was really cool, actually.
As soon as she walked out from school, she started heading towards me, but she didn't realize it was me in the car. But as soon as she saw me, she turned the other way, started walking off.
Don't pick me up from school, Dad.
That little tiny horn sounded like the Roadrunner cartoon.
Me. That's great. Well, thanks for the call, buddy. I have a feeling that wasn't probably the first time he embarrassed his dog.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.